Hi there, this is Beth from the Sterling Public Library. I have a couple more books from our young adult collection that I want to talk to you about. The first one that's new is this one. It just came out this month. It's called Like Other Girls, and it's by Britta Lundin. It's in the realistic fiction section, and I will read you the first line. When my eyes open again, it's to the sight of my teammates' worried faces looking down at me. So Mara, the main character in this book, she plays on the basketball team, her high school basketball team, and she's really good. She's tall and she's really muscular, and she's a good athlete. Well, her temper gets away from her during a game, and she ends up hitting another teammate, and so the coach kicks her off the team. Well, later that summer, she really wants to be able to play the next year, and she talks to her coach, and her coach says, well, you need to prove that you're a good team player. So you need to play a fall team sport, and if you do well, I'll let you back on the basketball team. So she assumes, her only option is volleyball. So she goes to a couple volleyball practices, but she decides all the other girls on the team are just too girly for her. She just doesn't like it. So she gets the idea she's going to go out for football. Her brother and her best friend both play, and she's played with them for years. And she loves the game, and she's pretty good at that too. So she does. She goes out for football. And at first, all the teammates and the coach are a little unsure of her. But after a couple practices, she seems to be able to fit in, act like one of the guys, and everybody seems to be okay with it. Then, not anything she wanted to have happen, but 4 other girls from her high school decide they're going to try out for football also, kind of inspired by Mara. Well, then all sorts of stuff happens. Some of the team members are real supportive of the girls playing, and some of them are downright antagonistic, sexual harassment, misogynistic, all that stuff. And then there's some that just don't seem to care. They're not supportive, but they don't back them up. They don't cause any trouble, and that includes the coach. So it kind of puts the girls in sort of a bad spot. And Mara has to decide what she wants to do. Does she want to just keep her head down and play, or does she want to support her teammates? Anyway, I really liked Mara as a character. She has some nice growth. She's a really strong character, but she's still very tentative, and like I said, she doesn't really want to make a fuss, but what is she going to do? It was a really good book. I read it in a hurry. And there is a teeny bit of romance in it, but not a ton if you don't like that. So this is a good one. The older one I want to talk about is this one. It's called Isle of Blood and Stone, and it is by Makiia Lucier. And I had to Google how to pronounce that one. So the first line of this one is, the outing had been planned on a whim, an afternoon lesson up in the hills away from the smoke and stink of the city. So this is in the fantasy genre, and it's so 18 years before the start of the book. There's an island kingdom, and the royal family and courtiers had gone out for a picnic. Someone poisoned the wine and attacked them, and the king and the 2 oldest sons and a lot of other people end up getting killed. The youngest son, who was just a boy at the time, ends up being the king, and so in present day he's the king, and these 2 maps show up. They find them in different places, and they appear to be drawn by the kingdom's foremost map maker, who was thought to have been killed during this attack. And so that would be fine, except one of the maps has a landmark on it that was only put in place 10 years before. So is this map maker really dead? Is he still alive? And if he is, where has he been hiding and why? So his son, Elias, who is an explorer for the kingdom, and also one of the best friends of the king, the present day king, finds out about this, and the king, and also finds out that there's this really teeny hidden message in these maps. So the king puts him on it to solve the riddle. Anyway, I really liked this book a lot. I read it super quickly. I know some of the reviews I've read have said that people think it starts out slow but then picks up. I mean, I honestly love the whole thing. I love the characters. I love the world. I think the world was really cool, and the mystery was really interesting too. So this is a good one, and I will see you next time. Have a good week.